State your name and where you from.
Name Black Capone, BKA, The Butcher, Venice, California.
Can you explain what the city of Venice means to you?
I die for this shit, straight out. That's what they mean to me. I died for it.
Growing up in Venice, who was your closest homies?
Most of them dead. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple of them who still around. I can't say we really is close, and maybe it's cause you know, we all got different things going on. A lot of my real ones that I really cherish, they really dead. They dead. You know what I'm saying? Or some of them in jail. You know what I'm saying? Some of them I talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like I got one I talked to the other day, Lil Nutty. He got a long time, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it hurt me when I talk to him on the phone, because it's always hopes that, you know what I'm saying, your friend gonna come home.
How long you been down?
He been down for about 11 years, I think now. About 11 years now.
Tell me, how would you describe Venice when you were a kid?
Loving community, family oriented, you know what I'm saying? Ups and downs.
Can you tell me what year you were born?
1979.
79, okay. So, how was Venice in the 80s then?
Shit, it was treacherous.
Yeah?
Predator prey.
Okay.
You learn at an early age what you want to be in life. You want to be this monster, or you want to be this pussy. It's your choice.
Growing up in Venice, where'd you spend most of your time?
Everywhere.
Everywhere?
Every block.
Every block.
You know what I'm saying? It like I say, it was always a joy to be outside. You never know what you're gonna see in Venice.
Yeah.
You never know.
Is it still like that?
Nah, it's not. It's not like that. You go to the beach, you hit a couple of blocks. It has its days. It has its days, but it ain't never gonna be the same.
What was your favorite food spots in the hood growing up?
Shit, my granny's house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Home cooked meals.
Home cooked meals.
Yeah.
Everybody cooked there.
Yeah.
On Broadway.
What Ave?
On 6th Ave.
Did your granny still live there?
She still live there to this day.
She owned the house?
Yep, her and my grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice. Does any of your other family members own property in Venice as well? Or is your granny the only one?
No, I got a cousin, Liz, my cousin Bad Boy. You know what I'm saying? His family, they own property. You know what I'm saying? They own property over San Juan. They also own a property on Broadway.
What was your most memorable moments in Venice?
Memorable moments? I want to say the water fights. You know what? I'm gonna take it there.
Yeah.
Selling dope in the streets. That's my most memorable times.
Yeah.
It was nothing like it. To have a sack, to run, it was like a venture. Every day out here selling drugs in Venice was like a venture.
Yeah.
It was like you didn't look at it like a drug deal. It looked like it was like a game. It was like it was all fun and games.
Yeah.
And I wish we knew about the money we was making, because we didn't.
Yeah.
It was a gold mine out here. It still is, but it's a different way now.
Yeah. It's a lot of fast money back then.
A whole bunch of it.
And out of all those people that you know that you grew up with, including yourself, that was getting fast money, how many of those people became homeowners in Venice?
Very few. Man. Very few. Cause we didn't know. We was all dumb, you know what I'm saying? The people, our older homies, they was either, a lot of them was getting locked up, a lot of them was dumb. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe just didn't want to share the knowledge. But it was all fun and games. Like I said, we never thought it was gonna fade away. I was always incarcerated. So this time I'd have been out for 10 years right now. The longest time I ever been out in my life. But I was always a person who was always in and out of jail. So I never thought the fun was gonna die out. And one time I came home and it was gone. Like I said, I've been out here 10 years, so I've been experiencing the change, you know what I'm saying? And you had your moments, like, I'm a tough dude, but it's a lot of times when I cry at night, you know what I'm saying? Think about the change. I fight the change, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you want that love again.
What do you think sparked the changes, like gentrification, that made a lot of families move out of Venice? What do you think sparked that?
The lack of knowledge on what we had. People didn't have money. So when you show people who never had nothing, $1 million to them, it sounded like something. Not knowing that it was a blessing to have homes in Venice, but people didn't know what we had. Yeah. So it basically was just a lack of knowledge about what you had.
If you knew now what you knew back in the day, would you have tried to get a property yourself in Venice?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. But nobody said that? Nobody mentioned it? None of your homies? None of the older homies? Nobody?
Nah, cause we always fast living. We all thought the money was never gonna leave. It was so fast and there was so much of it.
Yeah.
That everybody was rich back in the day. everybody had money. We thought it was never gonna leave until, like I said, I came home one day from prison and it wasn't here no more. At least the fast way. All the money we was making that dope game back in the day, if we knew it was going, man, we just wasn't smart. We just wasn't smart with it. That's all.
If y'all had been smart with it, would the Venice neighborhood still be black?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We'd had everything. We'd have bought all this shit. You know what I'm saying?
How would you describe Venice now that you're an adult?
It's changed. It's taken a downward spiral.
For somebody who's never been to Venice, can you explain the change for them? When you were coming up, when you was a youth, how is it different now? Like, what's the city like now? What was the city like back then?
Man, that's kind of hard to explain, man. It's just very different. It's just more open. It's not the same feeling when you come down here no more. It's like a loneliness feeling now.
Yeah.
It used to be more like you couldn't wait to come outside. You couldn't wait to hit every block. Now it's like you come out here, it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You get tired, you want to go to sleep. It's just a lonely feeling. But you know,
was there a certain year or a certain time frame that changed for you?
the last 5 years, it went kind of like blank, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It has ups and downs, but it's looking bad, you know.
Yeah. Do you see Venice ever becoming the community that it once
Nah.
was? No?
It'll never be like that. Nah.
It's never going back?
Nah.
Okay.
Not in this lifetime.
What's your view on Venice right now? Do you feel like this is still your home, your hood, your neighborhood?
It ain't gonna never change. I'm always gonna love Venice.
Yeah.
Everybody know me. I'm always gonna love this shit
Yeah.
until they put me in the ground. I'm gonna love it. I'm really serious about this shit.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest downfall. I know it's my downfall. It tears me up sometimes because I got kids, but I love this shit to death.
When was the first time you got locked up? How old were you?
I was young. I set the fire. It was way back in the day. It was me and a couple of female friends. We was playing in an abandoned car, and I threw a firecracker in the abandoned car to scare them, and I didn't know it was a hole in the glove compartment. And we jumped out and we just playing around the car and set a fire, and we ran. That's my first time I got told on. I was 8 years old. First time I got told on. A dude told me I was at, you know what I'm saying, police came to my house and told my moms, you know what I'm saying, we looking for your son and 2 girls. They took me to jail. First time I got snitched on. I was 8 years old. First time I actually got snitched on.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What age did you first hear about the Venice Shoreline Crips?
I was a Shoreline. We all was a Shoreline. My mom was, you know what I'm saying, she had her ups and downs. So she moved to Santa Monica. I was in Santa Monica. I was out there. Shoreline didn't know who I was. You know what I'm saying? Besides my family. I was banging. Shoreline out the game. They didn't know about me. They didn't know who the fuck I was. So I started going to school. I had got kicked out of all the schools. I met up with my partner, Richie Rich. He was my first guy from Venice. I say that I really was hanging with and banging with. You know what I'm saying? Richie Rich was.
He's still around?
Yeah, he do his own thing. He a mechanic. He a homie around my age, but he was the first one who actually took me, and I was hanging with that dude. We was down here in the trenches. That's when it really got into me. They were like, hold on, that's that guy. That be him the whole time. The guy we've been hearing about in Santa Monica. Yeah, it was me. It was me.
How old were you when you got put on Shoreline Crip?
About 12. I made them put me on.
Really?
I never forget, yeah. I never forget, we was all, cause everybody was kicking on Santa Clara block. And that was like the block when I was young. I was BI back then. We all used to kick on Santa Clara block. And I never.
BI, tell BI for people that don't know. Baby what?
Baby Insane. That was a clique back then. It wasn't no, we got II Insane now, the infant homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't around back then. It was Baby Insanes, Tiny Insanes, Little Insanes. You know what I'm saying? That was all the little cliques. And I remember we was all hanging out. Everybody's on Santa Clara block. And I was telling the homies, like, put me on, put me on. They didn't want to put me on. I kept, put me on, put me on, put me on. They didn't want to put me on. It was a party that night. The homie Cheese Man, rest in peace, had a party that night. And we all went on Vernon. Everybody's on Vernon block. Everybody's hanging out. And I was telling everybody, I'm like, y'all scared to put me on? Like, jump me in this shit. I want to get put on this shit. And I never forget, I was sitting on the car. And one of the homegirls, Barbie, she walked up to me. And she like, hey. She like, watch your back. She like, they finna put you on. I said, all right, I was sitting on the car. I'm like, I got you. I was sitting in the car, and one of the homies came up to me and swung on me, and I ducked it. And he like, oh, you thought I was gonna hit you? I was like, I was just fucking with you. And I just started talking to one of the other homies. Then he hit me again, I jumped off the car, and it went from there. That was my initiation.
12.
Yep, 12, yep, that was my initiation. 11, 12, yep. 6th grade, I was 6th grader, yep.
What made you want to get into gangbanging?
Because it always was in me, but I wasn't from it. I never had that initial jump in. But I was getting beat up all the time. I was living in Santa Monica, and the graveyards wanted me. They was always like, "How you from down the hill?" They was always called down the hill. You from down the hill? They always, you finna be from our side. I'm like, no, I'm Shoreline. So I was getting beat up everywhere I was going. I go to West LA or wherever I was going. We was catching the bus, the Mid City, going to skating rate. I was getting beat up. So I'm like, I gotta get put on this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it was what it was.
So can you tell me how your life changed once you became a Shoreline Crip?
You actually was a member. You found out about the ins and outs. I thought everything was just fun and games. I always had a leadership quality. Like, I was a person at the young age. I was taking ass whoopings from older homies. A motherfucker never tell me what to do. From a young age to now, I'm still that ass. A lot of motherfuckers don't like me because I don't take no orders. You know what I'm saying? But I don't break no rules though. I follow all the guidelines, but I'm always a leader. A motherfucker can't never tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've been like that since I've been a kid.
Can you tell me the craziest experience or scariest experience you've been in while gangbanging?
The scariest experience? I ain't really scared of shit. I can't really say.
The craziest experience?
Maybe been the shootouts, I guess. I ain't never been hit. I'm 42 years old. I ain't never been shot not one time. Now I've been a whole bunch of shootouts. So I think maybe some of them shootouts with me making it through them. And I'm like, damn, 'cause I got a lot of homies who dead. And I be thinking like,
in those shootouts?
Yeah, and I be thinking like, why not me? I never even been hit. Never been grazed. I done had shootouts where the bullets that went through my shirts and everything. And I don't know.
That guy watching you?
I guess. He watching. He ain't ready for me yet. They ain't fucking with me. They ain't fucking with me.
You been in more shootouts that you can count on your hand?
Yeah. Okay. Every last one of the homies that if I knew him, I was on the streets with, I done bang with them.
Yeah.
I done did some shit with them. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
So me personally, I was too young to remember what Venice was like in 1994, but I heard there was a gang war that lasted about 9 months, and it was.
It lasted a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it was on and off.
Yeah, I heard it was basically 5 different sets against the Shoreline Crips.
Yeah.
Basically, just
probably more than that. Probably more than that. Because you know, because the blacks tried to jump in, they thought they was gonna come out here and try to get their little tools and fuels, but we handled ourselves. Yeah. I've been through all the wars. If I wasn't in jail, I was part of every war.
What was that war like? What was it for people who don't know? My generation.
It was hard because like you grew up with these dudes. You knew every cut. It was everything, and it was more. They was really coming. Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying. Like they was coming. You know what I'm saying. The V1 like that was our families. Like the V1 through was our families. Yeah. And the Culver cities, they was more tough back then. You know what I'm saying. They was really coming. It was really like a real war. Like you look on TV and you see Vietnam wars and the Full Metal Jackets, all them wars, and it really was a war. Yeah. At so all times.
Bulletproof vests and shit.
Yeah, but I never had a vest on. But yeah, it was really a war. It was really shooting all the time. You had to be on your shit or you would die out here.
You know any of the homies that died or anything like that?
Yeah.
I also heard there was another one from one of the people around your generation said it was like, I think a little shorter, but like in '98. Yeah.
But that one, like I say, it wasn't as strong as the one in the early '90s. Okay. It was a war, but it was nothing like the early '90s war. That was really the one you seen a lot.
Was it like constant shootouts?
Yeah.
Like daily?
Daily.
Okay.
Every day.
Was there any publicity on the news about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They covered it, a lot of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So people knew what was going on.
Yeah, they knew. It was people scared to come out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You had to have your gun. It wasn't. You had to have a gun back then.
If you didn't have a gun, you wasn't coming out the house.
You wasn't coming out the house, or you get disciplined for it. You getting beat up. Homies was more on. You come out here without a gun, we gonna beat you up. You can't come outside. Yeah. Even your parents, even your families know. You don't go out there if you ain't got no gun.
Yeah. Do you know what happened that made all them Mexican sets, like the V13s, Santa Monica, 18th Street, Culver City, Mexican Mafias, all go to war against the Shorelines? Do you know what sparked that shit?
I mean, I do, but I ain't gonna talk about it. But okay. I know what happened. They love us for it. They gave it up for us. Yeah. We held our own. Yeah. I talk to the homies from V13 all the time, the ones who still around. We good, but sometimes you got that bad blood, cause you know what I'm saying. We all know what it was.
In your personal opinion, do you think any of the like cops or any law enforcement was involved in that shit? Like crooked cops and shit like that?
Yeah, it's always gonna be that. Yeah. Okay. They knew.
What was Venice like in the '90s when you was really active in the game?
More fights, more it's more hands on. Like now it's a lot of talk, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's because of the technology. Like everybody's always watching. Back then you didn't have no cameras watching you. You know what I'm saying? You can shoot somebody, you can get away with it, you can do a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But now it's more talk. Now you can say anything. You can be who you want to be. It's like being a cell soldier. They call it in jail, cell soldier. People be on lockdown. They talk all they want to behind that wall. You know what I'm saying? Never know who they really are until they see them. So it's a lot of that going on. But not all of them though. Cause it's some people who be on the internet who really about this life, but it's more of that going on. Everybody want to be the main man. Everybody want to be that focus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't know that focus sometimes will take you down.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? We want to be on the high pedestal. You want everybody looking at you all the time. It's not always a great thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A wise man once said nothing.
Would you describe Venice back in the day as a ghetto or the hood?
Yeah, we was like the east side of the west side. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, they thought we was beach boys. They thought we wasn't about nothing until you hit them avenues. When you hit them avenues, you seen it was a different party. A lot of predators that came out of Venice. A lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a strong name behind that prison wall.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of tough dudes.
And how many people behind that prison wall did you run into from Venice?
A whole bunch of them.
A whole bunch?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of dudes, yeah. I would show some real love, big gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ernest Paz showed me like a lot about prison, you know what I'm saying? Told me a lot about homies and you know what I'm saying, what and what nots to do. You know what I'm saying? And I was able to succeed and I was always told myself when I was a big homie, I was gonna live by them rules. A lot of dudes go to prison and hit them yards where sometimes you run into homies who don't care about you.
Yeah.
I was one of the fortunate ones. I hit prison yards who, when I first hit the prison yard, I hit the prison yard with the homie Big Smid. He was on the prison yard, Big Smid, and I hit another prison yard with J-Rock, you know what I'm saying, and Lil C Loney, the big homies who embraced me and showed me how prison life was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was a young dude, fresh from YA. I was an asshole. They used to hate me on the yard because I was with all the bullshit. I'm robbing people.
So you was robbing niggas in prison too?
Hell yeah. 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 I'll rob a nigga right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, got to get away with it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That's the main thing. Do you still live in Venice right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I want to. I didn't move on, but my roots out here.
So how many years did you live in Venice before you left? Before you first moved out of Venice?
Shit, I was just in and out.
In and out.
In and out. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was incarcerated most of my life, so
Yeah.
it was mostly an in and out thing.
If you were to give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
I just should have been more aware. I just thought that I thought it was a game, you know what I'm saying? That's it. I thought it was a game. And now I know a lot of stuff I know now. If I knew back then, I ain't gonna say I would have changed it, but I'd have been better prepared of how my life would have, you know what I'm saying, the turn my life would have took.
What was the best time of your life?
My kids.
Your kids.
Yeah. I love them all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my joy right there. The joy in my kids' faces. That's what keep me humble.
They changed you as a person.
Yeah, they changed you as a person. I think if I didn't have my kids, I think I'd be dead right now, or maybe have life in jail. They keep me grounded. You know, it make you care about something.
Yeah. How old were you when you had your first kid?
14. My daughter. I got a daughter. I'm a granddad.
Oh damn.
She'd be 27 on May 16th.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? My oldest daughter.
That's great.
She's 26 right now.
What's the most important lesson you feel like you've learned in your life?
Love your kids. Love your kids. And no matter what you go through with their mamas, you gotta love your kids.
Any last words for the people, for the camera, for anybody?
SL though.
Sell up. So appreciate your time, cuz.
No problem.
Yeah.
If you like this content, subscribe to GV Local.